Hey everybody, looks like we're live. It's going to take just a minute here to get our special guest in the room, and if you just stand by, we're going to make sure also as things start to get, as we start to populate the audience here, I do want to talk about what Music Infused is about, and I'm just really excited to just talk about Music Infused. It's such a big impact on my life, and that's why I started it. It merges music and life, and every week we feature new music. We introduce new songwriters, industry pros, as well as new innovations or cool things or events that you should know about. Some really interesting things. So thank you for joining us. And the weeks to come, we're going to have some great guests as well. But we have a great guest today. It's going to be a blast. So we're going to get to it in just a minute. I'm just checking a couple things here on my system here, my computer, and I want to make sure to say hi to some of you folks out there, and so let's see who's on right now. What's up there, Amy? How's it going? Looks like Amy's on, and we're about to invite Laleh in here, and I don't know if you're on or not, Laleh, but I'm going to double check here. Let's see if you are. We're just working on getting her invited because she's got some really great things that she's going to share with us about. Here we go. Just working on getting her invited. Are you there, Laleh?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you. You look amazing. How are you?
Thank you. I was just playing a little bit of your music here on YouTube. I was watching our video from the last party we did together.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so wonderful. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple things, and I'm going to get to your whole benefit concert and event and find out more about what you're doing in just a bit. But if you can just stand by, got a couple of things I wanted to go over as far as the show goes. And so here's what's happening. Just so, and maybe, Laleh, you can feel free to chime in on this, but I don't know if you've been watching any of the Olympics that have been going on, but I am so excited about Shaun White. I don't know if you knew this, but he's from Carlsbad, and that's where I went to high school. Did you know that?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's kind of a big win for the Carlsbadians right now, and they're all excited. And so have you caught any of the Olympics? Just out of curiosity.
I've had a few moments sitting at. I'll give Carl Strauss a plug. I like to frequent that place, and I've watched it from the the happy hour because
right.
In the morning, it's kind of handy. I have to with a beer sometimes, to be honest.
Right.
So yeah, but I've heard a little bit of it. Haven't been keeping too much on that. Me and my politics. I got my eye on that prize.
Right. Absolutely. No, I hear you. Yeah, well, it's amazing because I hear that obviously you got a gold medal and so did Chloe Kim. So they almost had like perfect scores in the half pipe, and so that's really cool. And let me know what you guys. Obviously we have some guests on right now, which is really cool, and I want to check in to see. Looks like we got Chris D, and we had Amy in earlier. And so I think we got some folks online. I just want to make sure and give them some shouts out while we're going through our Music Infused here tonight. So it looks like so Melissa, what's up? Melissa Sazowskis is on, which is cool.
This is like a front row concert. I might have to just say, "Come on, Steven, what you got?" Like, let's just go straight to music because
right, exactly, straight to music. Well, I mean, there's so many. There's always so much other stuff going on in the world, like curling, like Olympic curling. Honestly, I want to know, have you ever heard of curling before?
I have very much heard of curling. I haven't had the pleasure of doing it, but I've watched some of my favorite people do it.
Yeah, that is cool. Well, I was sitting watching it with a couple of friends. Kelly and I celebrated our anniversary. We were hanging out in the desert with the Hendlers, and we were watching a little bit with, just about curling. And I'm trying to figure out, I want to know if anybody in the audience knows anything about curling, because I'm just curious of how is this game played. And maybe you can, let's see if anybody knows anything out there. I know Melissa was in the audience, but if anybody can weigh in, that would be great. As we go on with the show here, let us know. But yeah, definitely, I'm curious about that. And then just some other news that I found out this week was, did you see that Elon Musk, everybody, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, launched Tesla into outer space playing David Bowie's Space Oddity. The purpose of the mission was to test reusing rockets and having the reused rockets return to Earth unharmed. So I thought that was a very interesting thing. There you go. Okay, so curling seems odd. That's what Melissa's got.
Listening to you read.
Huh?
Were you reading that from memory? Because that was sounded super smart.
Oh, it did? Well, I mean, I'm interested in these things. I mean, actually, Elon Musk is an innovator. I mean, I can't imagine what his innovation team looks like. I mean, it's got to be an army of 1,000? I mean,
I don't know, but we show people before it gets dark. Should we show people where we're going to have a party this Saturday?
Absolutely. Let's do that. And here's what we're going to do. Before we get to that, I want to just play a little song that I wrote with some folks out in Nashville. Okay. And I'm going to it's called Stay on Your Mind. And I'm just, asking the audience, have you ever broke up with someone that wasn't treating you the way that you should have? And they still want to be with you. Okay. But you know that you don't want to be with them anymore, and you really don't want them you want them to regret losing you. So that's what this song is about. It's called Stay on Your Mind, and I co-wrote it with Jeff Cohen and Kate Clampett. So it goes a little like this. I'm going to play like a verse and a chorus and maybe a bridge, and here we go. I know it's over, but I don't want you over me. If I'm honest, I want to feel wanted by you. I thought it'd be easy, but easy shouldn't be so hard. Just love, baby, I'm done, but I'm not through. Well, I don't really want you, I don't really want to stay, but I don't want somebody else to take my place. I want to stay on your mind, even when I say goodbye. I don't want to stick around, just want you stuck on me. In every song you hear, in every face you see. I don't want to say the night, I just want to stay on your mind. You're perfect for someone I don't want to be. This love was always too much, never enough. Yeah, that was us. I don't really want you, I don't really want to stay, but I don't want somebody else to take my place. I want to stay on your mind, even when I say goodbye. I don't want to stick around, just want you stuck on me. In every song you hear, in every face you see. I don't want to stay the night, I just want to stay in your memories, your tomorrows, in the shadows, in your flashbacks and your dreams. Yeah, that's where I want to be. I don't really want you, I don't really want to stay, but I don't want somebody else to take my place. I want to stay on your mind, even when I say goodbye. I don't want to stick around, just want you stuck on me. In every song you hear, in every face you see. I don't want to stay the night, I just want to stay on your mind. Oh, yeah.
So good.
I just want to stay on your mind. All right, so there you go. There's a brand new one. And so I want to get right into what you're doing, Laleh.
It's like the best front row concert I've ever had.
What's that?
It's like the best front row concert ever.
Hey, I love that. I love that. You know what I mean? It's like right here. It's right here coming from Southern California. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to Okay, let's talk about this second annual Client Appreciation Fundraising event. I want to just let you take the stage right now, and just you tell us about.
While like the sun is out, because this will be about the time. It'll be a good setting. We did this last year, and I posted some pictures of the office, but you guys have to come see it to believe it. And we're turning the Mercado into, let's see if it turns around here. Okay, so we have this beautiful venue. Look at the sunset tonight. We are so blessed here.
Gorgeous.
I'm going to bring their jackets because it's like a winter night. I should just make it a Christmas party again. I mean, why wait till Christmas? But it feels like Christmas. So we're going to pop open a stage and have music and food. We're going to have lights and just have a beautiful night together in San Diego. Number one, I want to appreciate my clients, my friends. I mean, everything I do is by word of mouth and referral. So, I just want to appreciate everybody because they do trust me. And so that's number one. But I always want to give back. If we're throwing a party, we may as well kind of bring people together and do good, because I think that's where we make the most difference is, who can you reach out to and touch? Who can you have a conversation with? That's where you have the most impact in your community. And so I always want to kind of have, a cause when we throw a party. So me, that's the way I do it.
Yeah.
So and I always want to highlight you because Steven, you are our shining star in San Diego. You stay so true to your roots and your people here. And we know it's a long process and a lot of work. So I like to support artists, and I feel like we should have, more music in San Diego. It's such a beautiful town, and I just don't know why we don't have Music Row San Diego. So I always do events with music. So we're doing our own Music Row San Diego on Saturday from 3:30 to 7:30, and we are going to raise donations to help families that were affected by the fires last year. So if you guys know anybody that was affected by the fires, I'd love to nominate a family. If we can't find a family that's nominated, then of course, we'll make sure it goes to a good cause, whether it be to homeless, families, halfway houses, that type of thing, and make sure that all the donations go to a good cause. But our goal with the nonprofit that we're working with is in honor of Chad. And in honor of Chad, I lost my brother a year and a half ago. We won't go too much into that right now so that I can keep my makeup on.
You're right.
I think there's a lot of people that suffer from PTSD, and especially first responders and veterans. And the way that, we're handling that situation right now isn't really going to go anywhere. And we need to make sure that they know that they still have their camaraderie, that, that is not stripped away from them as they struggle through this. And I believe that PTSD needs to be treated more as like a coping, just resources and support groups and coping and just different, psychology measures to kind of handle PTSD. I find that, when you look at a veteran and they get into the military breaks them down psychologically. They build them up psychologically. They go experience, the craziest things you can't even imagine. And the PTSD, emotional distress that comes with that, creates a very thin, emotional response layer. And the way that they're handling that right now is through pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical industry, yes, it's necessary sometimes, and it can be a path and a temporary solution to problems, but it's not a permanent solution.
Right.
To PTSD, it's just not. And my brother was on 5 different medications when he took his life. And I think that we really need to be a little bit smarter about how we're handling this.
Right.
And so that was put together to help veterans and first responders cope and have resources to deal with PTSD. And I believe that a lot of our first responders, they run into the eye of danger. They run right into it. I feel like a hamburger. I'm going to kind of go in different lighting because it just feels too much. But basically they go and they run into the eye of danger while everybody else is running away. And I just really feel like if we were better prepared on a community level, if we knew what to do in an emergency, how many of us have, $100 or $500 in singles ready in case there's an emergency. People don't do the basic emergency planning. So we're all putting our first responders at even more risk because we're not prepared. And I remember a day, do you remember the blackout in San Diego?
I do remember that. I remember because I had candles out that I never thought I'd owned.
Yeah. Did you meet your neighbors that day?
That was amazing. Yeah, we got to bond on levels that were amazing. That was great.
Yeah, I a national blackout day where everybody just starts doing lights out on this one day every year, and you get to know your neighbors, you potluck it, and you put electronic devices away. So those are the types of programs that I want to do with In Honor of Chad.
Yeah.
Just to get the community more involved, help our veterans, get them to be more involved in the community. And so that's what we're kind of raising awareness for.
That's great. And can you tell me a little bit about, and then I'm going to find out just a little bit more specifics about it, but can you tell me a little bit about American Choice Mortgage? I'd love to hear about that business.
Well, I've been doing mortgages for 16 years, and I kind of got thrown into the industry after September 11th happened. I used to offer employee benefits on a corporate level. And when September 11th happened, basically my entire industry, nobody called me back. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Making really good money to owing my company $5,000 overnight because one of the companies that we had just did a massive enrollment for, had to lay everybody off. And so I lived through that, and I got into mortgages. And I always found that, we just don't have enough information. Like everybody leaves, college and high school, and the first time they get a mortgage, it's like deer in the headlights experience. People say good faith and amortization table, and like you get this glossy anxiety starts rolling over you because nobody taught it to you. But
right.
So I'm a teacher and at heart, and so I take my time and learn. So I've been doing mortgages for 16 years. But
that's great. I love that. And just out of curiosity, okay, so let's get back really quick to the benefit. Maybe you want to give an address and a starting time. That would be super great.
Yeah. So
and where to get tickets? And where to go get tickets? Obviously, how to pick up tickets. I'm going to tag you in this post so people can reach out to you via Facebook. I hope that's okay.
Absolutely. So the easiest way to find out information is to search on Facebook or on the internet, #In Honor of Chad. Okay. So that's the easiest way. So if you know how to hashtag and find that, you're going to find this event listed on America Choice Mortgage, America Choice Benefits, all of our sponsors. Super. So San Diego Real Estate Agent, magazine, she's one of our sponsors. We have U.S. Music Studio Lessons, lots of different, companies.
Love them.
Lots of different sponsors. So, but the easiest way is #In Honor of Chad, or find the In Honor of Chad Facebook page.
Great.
And you're going to get to everything right there. So I'll definitely post everything down below, but Saturday, 3 to 7, we're not going to try to compete with your Saturday night. It's kind of like a happy hour, but Steven Ybarra is here at 3:30. He's playing. This is like an early kickoff. This guy's normally my headliner. Okay, people. He's going first because he's like triple booked all day long. Okay, so we're barely getting it.
Well, yeah, I'll pull over anytime to do one of your shows because you have such a great heart. You have a huge heart. Obviously, we've known each other, and it's just like, the main thing is that you can do good and do well at the same time, and you always reach out to people to help people, and I think that's amazing. So, but yeah, I'm excited to be there, and I just wanted to give a little time for you to announce it here, and I'm glad, folks are chiming in. I just want to give a couple shouts out here just before we get off, but I want to say hi to Suzanne. I know you're out on the East Coast. Rick Croner, what's happening? I don't know if you've noticed anybody that's in on the live session here. If you want to give any shouts out, obviously we saw Melissa earlier, Sazowskis, and hopefully she's going to come out to the show because she's another ball of fire and a ball of energy. She's got a great energy, great personality, and so it's gonna be a great night there, right? It's gonna be super.
Yeah, awesome. Hi, Melissa. I couldn't find my comments, so I couldn't see who was on here for a little bit.
Right. It's kind of sometimes Facebook Live does some interesting things, but anyways, it looks like it's going well. So, but yeah, I want to at least take a couple of minutes here and just give a good shout out. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up, but I'm gonna make sure and see you 3:30 at the Mercado in Rancho Bernardo on Saturday. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. Make sure everybody goes to the Iceman and keep you #1. Let's see how long we can keep you up top.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is something. Glad you said that. I'm so excited because I've been, it's just been a crazy run. I'm #1 for 4 weeks in a row. And I'd like to thank everybody right now for certainly going on and requesting. And also, I didn't know if you knew this, but I was nominated for a San Diego Music Award just a couple weeks ago in a category for Best Album. And And so I'm also, I'm really excited. I got some shows coming up. I'm going to be performing at the Convention Center for the Social Media Examiner. And I'm going to be heading to Mammoth to perform in Mammoth on March 9th. Of course, I'm going to be leaving on Monday to Nashville. So I'll be gone for 4 days. But and it's interesting when I say all these things, I'm like, I'm really going to do all that? I'm like, but yes, the answer is yes, you're going to do it. So, but yeah, right. It's in the book. It's in the calendar, and I'm going, and I'm great. As long as I have this thing right here, I'm going to be all right. But anyways, but hey, thank you for taking this afternoon with me. And to spend this afternoon with me and giving me some information on this show. That's going to be cool. And you know what? We'll catch each other there. And if you want to make any more mentions, if you left anything out, let me know. But we're probably going to wrap up here.
Yeah, I'll start posting all our sponsors down below, their Facebook pages. So if you guys want to find out who awesome people are, it's good to surround yourself with good people. And all of our sponsors are. So we'll make sure to get you their information in the comments.
That sounds great. Awesome. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say, listen, thank you for coming out, Laleh. And if just everybody, I'm doing these Music Infused every Tuesday night, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to be a guest on the show, just message me on Facebook, and I'd love to hear about your story and get you on, and I'd love to have you as a guest. So anyways, thanks for joining me, you guys, and see you all next week. Take care, Laleh. Bye-bye.
Bye.